All right. Hello and welcome, everyone. This is David. I'm just going to share this live onto Facebook. So just bear with me for a moment. I'm just going to put on the Facebook, go live on my own page. Welcome, welcome, welcome to everyone watching this live and watching the recording. My name is David from the Gold Coast, the Honest Online Marketer, and I'm about to go through a bit of a presentation tonight to help some people in the online space and give some knowledge that I've learned over the last 7 years back to the people. Okay, so let's have a bit of a look. We should be able to go live. And here we go. All right, we should be live on Facebook. Let's have a quick look. There we go. Hello, Facebook. Welcome, 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 everyone. Now, let me just quickly get back to my screen. I seem to have lost myself here. Hang on a minute. I can't see my PowerPoint. What's going on? Here we go. Anyway, while you're jumping on, welcome everyone. This is Dave from the Gold Coast, the Honest Online Marketer. I am absolutely delighted to be here tonight and be able to talk to you and share with you my top 10 reasons why 99% of people won't make a full-time income online and how to be in the 1%. So if you're joining me live, let me just quickly have a look at my income producing device, which is my phone. And it should say that I'm live, and I am live. Look at that, amazing. Just like that, I'm live on social media, on the internet, around the world. It still blows me away, even after all these years. So anyway, welcome if you're watching this live, you're watching the recording, you're watching here on Facebook. Hello, I'm David Neuenhoven from the Gold Coast. A little bit about myself. I've been around for 16 years in the online space. I've been in sales for over 35 years. That's a bit scary. And I moved to the online space, 16, 17 years ago, because I knew there was a whole market emerging for people to sell products and services online. And one of those markets has been, the network marketing industry, which was always a traditional market. It was always like face-to-face, person-to-person. And now it's moved into the online space. I don't know if people still do the one-on-one type of stuff. There's probably quite a few people that do that, which is great. But I've built my whole business, on the internet using social media. And what I want to do tonight is go through a lot of the reasons why people start a business online. Now, it could be in network marketing, could be in crypto, it could be in any type of sales, and why a lot of people get very excited about, doing a business online, and then they don't have success, maybe only a small amount of success, and why some people are very successful, why some people, not just make multiple six or seven figures, but, they make a huge difference, not only to themselves, but to a lot of other people as well. So let's go through what I call my top 10 reasons why people don't have success online. So really the number one reason out of everything has to be that people run out of people to talk to. So literally run out of leads. Like if you're not showing your goods, service, your program, your course to people all the time, then you just literally have no one to look at. It's a bit like having a shop, the door's closed, you've got a black plastic across the front, people walking past and they can't see inside. All right. That's what the online space is. So it doesn't matter whether you get your leads from talking to people, whether it's social media, whether it's paid marketing or free marketing. If you don't have a steady stream of people, and sometimes that steady stream of people takes a while to build up. It might not be on day 1 or day 5 or week 5 or week 10. But if you don't have that steady stream of people, then you're going to find yourself not talking to people. And if you're not talking to people, then you're not talking to leads, which means people aren't seeing your presentation and they don't know anything about your product or service, right? So number one is people run out of leads, and you've got to learn how to attract people to you, learn how to attract people to you or get your message to people, and also learn how to talk to people. Now, I believe everyone watching this knows how to talk to people, right? We can all talk to people. Now, if you're one of those people that you say, I'm really shy, I don't like talking to people, then maybe sales isn't for you. Like if you literally, everywhere you go, you don't talk to anyone, you stay at home, you stay in your room, you don't talk to anyone, you haven't got an online presence, it's probably not going to be the right sort of business for you, right? So what you can do instead, you can learn marketing, online marketing, paid marketing, and you can attract people to you. And you don't even really have to talk to people because you can use other types of ads or methods where you don't have to be on video or the star of the video. Does that make sense? So number one rule is people run out of people to talk to. So what you should really focus on more than anything else in your business is learning how to get more people to see your product, your service, your webinar, and getting your face or your product in front of people. If you can master that skill over weeks, months, years, or a decade, you're going to be much better off than everyone else. That's my number one reason why people run out of people to talk to. All right, so number two. Come on, number two. There we go. Rejection. Now, this is pretty broad, but people do not like rejection. People do not like being told no. People do not like anytime that whatever someone asks them for something, or can you make it to this, or can you turn up for that, or can you come out for dinner, or would you like to go to the movies, or you want to have a drink with me, or you want to watch my webinar. When people say no, or they watch your webinar and they say no, you're getting rejected. And it's not you, it's not your product, it's just that person is not suitable. But if you get 100 people in a row say no, and you've sent 100 people your information, whether it be a podcast or whether it be a webinar, and everyone said no, that's very hard for people, especially if you're new, to continue, have that wheel to continue on. Now, I always relate this back to sports because even though I'm not really a sporty person, can you imagine if a sports person gave up in their first year? Like if they decided they want to be an athlete, they wanted to be at the Olympic Games, and someone said, oh, you won't be able to do that. You'll never be a gold medalist. And they go, oh, okay, you're right, I won't be a gold medalist. And they gave up. And then they listen to 100 people say the same thing. They might start having doubts in their head about whether they're going to actually win that gold medal. But if they just put those people aside and go, you know what, I don't care what anyone says, I'm on the path to what I want. I'm not going to listen to people. I'm going to get to where I want to go, and I don't care, right? And anyone that's successful in business, life, sports, whatever, they don't generally listen to other people, right? They'll have a clear goal in mind, where they want to go to, where they're going to end up. And it doesn't matter how much rejection they get, how many no's, how many negative people in their ear, they're just going to keep on going, right? I can tell you so many stories from people that have had like 100, 200, 500, 1,000 people reject them, their business, their offer, whatever it is, their company. And then one person said yes and changed everything. All right, so it's really important to understand that people are going to say no. Sometimes you're going to get close people to you, family members or friends, your best friend, your sister, your brother. They're going to tell you all sorts of stuff about your business. They're going to say it's a scam, it's a ripoff, it's whatever. And you just got to not listen to those people because they just don't understand. All right. So, excuse me. So you're always going to get people that are going to be not accepting of what you're doing. Right. I don't always accept what other people do either, but it's their business. Does that make sense? Now, no matter how much you love your company or your product, okay, so you might love your company, you might love your product, you might love your coaching, you might love whatever you do and go, this is the best company, best thing ever. It doesn't mean other people are going to like it. Like literally, I could jump on a live call right now and say to someone, hey, if you give me $10, I'll get you $1 million by tomorrow. Now, a lot of people would fall for that because people always fall for those sorts of things. But there's still going to be people going to go, that's a catch, it's not real, whatever. And of course, it's not real. But what I'm saying is no matter how good your offer is or how good your product is or how much commission they pay, there's always going to be people that won't believe it. So you don't want to waste your time trying to convince people that are like this, all right? You just don't want to waste your time. It's just not worth your energy, all right? So it doesn't matter how much you love your company or your product. Basically, people are going to reject you, all right? So your job is to find people that want your product or your service, okay? That's your whole job, is to find people that need what you're offering, right? If you can do that, then you'll find a customer. Solve a problem, get a customer. So number 3 is not making any sales. So now, what does that mean? Does it mean not making a sale on the first day, the first week, the first month, the first year? You know, I know people that have got into business, haven't made a sale for a year or 2 years, and then they had that breakthrough, and then all of a sudden the sales started coming in. Something went off, a light bulb, or they spoke to the right person, or they're in the right group, or they met the right people. And then all of a sudden their business went from nothing to, and I could rattle off a number of people I know personally that have gone from nothing to making multiple 6 or 7 figures. And they didn't make that straight away. They just had to, you know, find their way, fall over a few times, get a whole bunch of rejection. But the important thing to remember is that other people have done it before, which means that you could probably do it as well. All right. Remember the first time that, you know, Hillary climbed Mount Everest, people said, you'll never climb Mount Everest. He said, I will. And he did. And he got there. Now there's like 100 people a week climbing Mount Everest. All right. So like there's always someone that leads the way. If someone can do it, it means someone else can do it. All right. So you always want to try and help people in the best way possible. Get a sale. It might not be in the first week, the first month, the first year, maybe in the first 2 years. But if you can help people get to their first sale, no matter what that sale looks like for you, or get a yes from someone, that'll keep people in the game longer. Like I said, sometimes it takes a long time for people to get to that first sale. But if people are spending 5 years, I know someone I spoke to not that long ago, actually, who said they spent 3 years building a business, like 3 years, they put all this money in, and they literally spent 3 years trying everything, spent hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of hours into this business and made absolutely zero, right? And that's because they literally chose the wrong company. They chose the wrong company. They chose basically something that was, you know, not, what's the word for it? Like it had been around for a very long time. Everyone was doing it and there was no money in it. There was literally very little money. If you make a sale, you only made a few dollars and it just wasn't worth their time. Excuse me for a moment. All right. Have a drink of water and keep going. Number 4, sorry about, I've even got the cat here in the background helping out. So number 4 is being too comfortable. So a lot of people are just comfortable. Comfortable meaning that they have enough money coming in every week. They're not really struggling. They're comfortable with their life. There's no real burning desire for them to change their life. They literally maybe just got started in the business or they've joined a business because they just wanted to do something for a bit of fun or something to take a bit of time. But I've noticed that people that have a huge desire to change their circumstances, they're the people that really surge forward. So people that literally go, you know, I can't work in a job anymore. Or I can't work for my boss, or the business I was in just lost a whole bunch of money, or I'm $300,000 in debt. I've got to do something. Like people that are really, really hungry, they generally be more successful than someone that just goes, you know, I wouldn't mind earning a few extra dollars every now and then. Yeah, I could do with an extra $50 a month. That'll be helpful for me. Me personally, if I speak to someone and I say to them, you know, how much would you like to earn per month? Or, you know, what will be your income goal per month? If they come up with anything less than, say, $2,000, I'm probably not going to be the sort of person that they would want to work with, because I'm going to push them a little bit harder than probably what they're used to. And I want people that are hungry. I want people in my business that want to earn a lot of money, not just a little bit of money. And there is plenty of businesses online where you can earn a little bit of pocket money, but that's not my sort of business. You know, the business I'm in is I want people to earn lots and lots of money like lots of people do. So basically, you know, people will head back to their safe zone or their comfort zone, and they won't push themselves further, you know, to go in their business. And pushing themselves means lots of things. A lot of it's to do with training, personal development, doing courses, studies, events, and things like that. All right, number 5. This is a good one. Some people are not used to waiting to get paid. So if you come from a job where you get paid weekly or monthly or fortnightly, you know, and then you start a business online and then you don't make $1 in your first week, you're going to be like, oh, I didn't make any money. And maybe you don't make any money in the first month or the first 2 months. Now you notice that I've got a bit of a trend going here. And this is really important, where I'm talking about not making money straight away. Now, a lot of people make money straight away. There's a lot of people that just jump in, go for it, and they seem to do really well. I've got a really annoying cat here in the background. That's what happens when you're live on Facebook. And so a lot of people will come in with the expectation that they're going to get rich overnight. That's certainly not the expectation I tell people, but people are used to earning a salary or wage, and then they're going to think they're going to get paid straight away. My first commission job that I got started in, it took me, I think, 5.5 months before I finally got paid. I worked really hard. I made a lot of sales, but the nature of the business meant it took a long time to get paid, and I was really struggling. But when I got started in that company, they never told me that. They never said, you might have to wait 4 or 5 months before you get paid. If they told me that, a lot of things would have been different. But in the end, you know, I did make it a success, and I started to earn some big money after a period of time. And all that waiting that I did paid off in the end. So, you know, that for me was a real eye-opener and a real life changer. Number 6, over-promising results or income. So a lot of people will, in this industry, the online industry, the network marketing industry, anything to do with sales will over-promise. So literally they will tell people anything to get a sale. Unfortunately, this is the nature of this industry, and I've witnessed it like hundreds of thousands of times in my career, where someone will go, how quickly can I make money? Oh man, you're going to make like $2,000 in your first week. Oh, you know, if you do this, you're going to make $10,000. Like, you don't want to be over-promising people. So sometimes people say to me, how long will it take me to make money? And I go, I don't know. It's up to you. Everyone's different. Okay. Some people make money quickly. Some people take longer to make money. But what I don't do is I don't overpromise people, because I'll never say to people, hey, you can leave your job in the next 4 months. And then that's really just misleading people. I'm the honest online marketer, so I don't mislead people. All right. I know some people do, and that's how they run their business, and that's great, and that's up to them. But I want to be here not just for a good time, for a long time. So I like to be honest with people. All right. And I always try and under promise and then over deliver. And that way, people, you know, they're not sort of hanging out for different types of results. So just to go back on that, I've seen so many people, you know, come into this industry and completely, we call blow it up, you know, in a short space of time. And it all comes back to the individual, how hungry people are. Make sense? All right, number 7, the compensation plan and management changes. So I heard this the other day, and it's true. Every network marketing company, every online company, every Amazon, eBay, you name it, drop shipping, they'll all tell you that they've got the best compensation plan, the best commission structure, the best of everything. They all say that. I'm in a group, there's like 90,000 people there in the same industry, and every single one says they got the best compensation plan. Now, of course, I would argue with that, because I've seen a lot of their compensation plans. I know what they've got, and I don't think it's the best, but you got to understand that most people, you know, think they have the best compensation plan. And having been in a few industries and seen quite a few compensation plans, I understand how they work. But what happens is sometimes the company changes the compensation plan. It changes how it pays. And then people get really annoyed. And that happens a lot. And a lot of people do go from company to company because the compensation plan changes, and they get really upset because that's not what they were promised at the start. So definitely when you're looking for a business, especially like in my business, you want to look for some company, and there's a few out there that've never changed the compensation plan. It is what it is from day one. And also a lot of management changes. Sometimes you get management change. So I was part of 2 companies where the management changed for whatever reason. There was fighting within the company or greedy people. And then that really left a bad taste in everyone's mouth. And it left a bad taste in the top earner's mouth. And that sort of flowed down through the company, and both those companies don't exist anymore. And so, you know, a lot of times these companies online start, and they start from maybe not like a family business or shareholders or smart, savvy business people. They usually come from people within the industry that go, oh, I've got an idea to make money. Why don't you join me? And then they end up making money and fighting over it. And the business collapse, they take all the money and they run. I don't know how many times I've seen this in the industry, where someone starts a company, they come up with an idea, a whole bunch of people all jump on board with this great idea, and it might be a great idea. And then all of a sudden, after a while, they make their money, they get bored, and then they go somewhere else and leave everyone left behind. And that does leave a sour taste in people's mouths. So always do your background checks, see who you're getting started with, see who you're working with to make sure the company's been around for a long time. However, remember, there's no such thing as a company that's going to last forever, just like a job. So you never know. So always be prepared that if the company's not around, that you've got something to fall back on, or you've learned enough skills that you can do any other business. Does that make sense? All right. Number 8, this is a big one, community support. So I've been in quite a few different companies where there hasn't been community support, where basically you join up and then this is what happens. You get a support system, like where you send a support ticket and you got to wait 2 days for someone to get back to you. Like maybe you're building like a blog system or a funnel system. Been there, done that. I was in a couple of companies where you build a funnel system and then you don't know what you're doing because most people don't know what they're doing. And then you want someone to help you, but there's no live chat, there's no community, there's no Facebook group. Literally, you got to send in a support ticket and you got to wait 2 days for someone to get back to you. I don't know about you, but does anyone know of a business where you got to wait 2 days before you can restart your business? That's just crazy. Like literally, you have to have all the information available on the computer or a way that you can contact someone usually within a couple of hours that you can get help. If you don't have a community, you're not going to be successful in the online space at all. The other thing is, which is even better, is you want to make sure you got a community that supports you. So what I found in a lot of companies is that a lot of companies, you join and you're doing it all by yourself. You might have your sponsor, but you're not going to get other people within that company, spending time with you or helping you out because it's not in their best interest. Because if you make sales, they're not getting paid for it. And what I learned over the years is that there's very few, if any, I can think of one, but there's very few companies where everyone all helps each other. Okay. I haven't seen that before until now, until the company I'm in. But basically, it was every man for themselves or woman for themselves, maybe a little bit of support, but there was never like, how about I jump onto one of your live webinars and I'll do a free training for your team or stuff like that, which happens with what we do. But what I love about our community is that's what we do. We all help each other out. We all want to see people succeed. And there's no money exchange, which I absolutely love it. So, there was a big lesson for me when I've been involved in other companies is that I didn't get support and I usually gave up because I was like, this is too hard. So having a support system is absolutely vital when you have a business, right? It's huge. Number 9, this is a big one. I call it not enough skin in the game. If you don't know what that means, basically it means that people haven't invested enough in themselves, in the company, in the business, so they'll quit easily. So basically, over my career, I've seen so many free businesses start for free or $20 business or a $10 business. I've seen people argue and say, oh, I started a $7 business and now I've made X amount of money. But I can tell you right now, having done these things before, is that if people only invest a small amount of money, and don't get me wrong, because when I've started businesses before, I've had no money, I've been broke, and I totally understand that people have sometimes got no money and they're looking for a way to make money. They go, look, I don't have any money to invest. It's a business. You have to invest money. If you don't have it now, come back when you get some money. Go and get some work, find some money, and then come back. Borrow some money from your friends. I've seen people get started in our industry that were homeless, sleeping in their cars, and they found a way to get started. They literally found money to start a business, okay? But if there's a business model, which is like $20 to get started or it's free, you just don't have committed people. People give up too easily. You've got to chase them all the time. You're really clutching at straws. You probably got to enroll like 1,000 of those people to find one golden nugget, one diamond, right? Whereas if you've got a business where people have got to invest more money, like they've got to invest more in the business from the start. So the business to get involved in is, a higher amount. I'm not talking like $50,000, $100,000 businesses, which are some out there. I'm talking about where people have to spend a few $100s or a few $1,000s to get in. They're not going to give up tomorrow. Okay. So, I started a business where I invested $40,000 into that business. There was no way I was going to give up on that business in the first 6 months or even a year because I invested $40,000, right? In fact, I just kept going for years and years because I invested all the money. Now, I did make money in the business and I made a profit, which is great. But the more money you put in, the more you will put into your business, right? I should make that as a slogan. The more you put in to your business, the more money and more time you're going to put into your business. But what I found is that when people are looking for a handout, they're generally not going to be committed, all right? So as a general rule, the more people invest, the more serious they are. So yeah, literally as it says there in the words, I started the business online doing blogging. It was like $50 or something like that. And, it just wasn't enough investment. I just wasn't getting the return. I wasn't making any sales because people just wouldn't put any money into the business. Make sense? All right, number 10, I have a glass of water. And this is a big one. People get lazy or unmotivated. All right, so anyone watching this live or watching the recording or in my team, this is a fact. People get lazy. If you're offended by that, maybe I'm talking to you, but people do get lazy. But people get lazy all the time. 50% of people quit their marriage, right? So they give up. People quit their diets. People quit their gym membership. People quit everything, right? Humans can be a bunch of quitters, right? So people get lazy and they will quit. So you're always going to get quitters, right? And it's sad because, you know, that's just the industry, but it happens all around the world, no matter what the business is. People quit jobs all the time, move to other jobs, right? So one thing you want to do, and this is really for all the network marketers, is that, you know, I don't know about you, but I don't like dragging wet logs to a hot fire, right? I don't want to have to drag people along. I'll help people. Absolutely. I'm here to help, but I'm not going to ring you up or inbox you and go, you're going to do some work today. You know, what have you done today? Are you doing this today? If you can't motivate yourself, then maybe you shouldn't be in business. Okay. You've got to motivate yourself. I know that sounds really harsh. This is the harshness of me coming out. But if you can't motivate yourself, if you can't motivate yourself to earn $1,000, $10,000, $50,000, $100,000, $1 million, I don't know what else to do. I can't really motivate you. You got to motivate yourself. So definitely some people get coaches, and coaches are a great thing. You know, a lot of people are coaches. I've coached a lot of people, but the best coach you can have is yourself. You got to show up. You got to attend trainings, attend meetings, attend all the stuff and learn. And that's the best way. Okay. So if I look at all my past businesses and all the people that, you know, got started with me, a lot of people just gave up way too early. They literally gave up. And there's a lot of reasons why they give up. You know, life happens, bad health, bad relationships, people drop off. You know, that's why we've got to keep finding new people. It's the same for any business. So definitely people do get lazy or unmotivated. So I definitely recommend, you know, if you treat your business seriously, whatever that business is you got to keep showing up. Okay. Even when it's hard, even if it's cold or hot, or you don't feel like it, like people that go to the gym, you know, if I look at all those gold medalists and all the people that achieve great sporting success, okay, you know, they still turned up. If they didn't feel well, right? They still turned up. They would just keep turning up. And that's what you got to do. You know, I turn up every day. I don't turn up every day to my business because I have days off. But when I turn up, I keep turning up. I don't just stop. However, sometimes you can find a business and a business model where, you know, if you build the business up to a certain point, you can actually take time off and then walk away from your business and come back to it. All right. Which is ideally what you want. Because if you think about it, if you walk away from your job, you don't get paid. If you've got a traditional business or a franchise, you know, a shop front, drop shipping, eBay, whatever, you drop any of those, that's it. Your business is over. You don't get paid. Whereas if you find the right business, the right online business, you can still get paid if you find the right business, and you can have other people paying you commissions, residual income over and over again. Does that make sense? Okay, so they're my top 10 reasons why people give up, quit, or, you know, give up on network marketing, online marketing, direct sales, whatever you want to call it. And over the years, speaking to tens of thousands of people, you know, there is more reasons, but they're my top 10. So what does that mean for you? Well, what next? Well, if you're in my business already, congratulations. I believe after researching thousands of businesses, ours offers solutions that solves all those problems that I just mentioned. So, you know, there's always a time where people are going to fail, but if you've got a great shot like we have in our business where we have all that community support, people helping you, we have the right business model, I believe you got the best chance of, you know, earning a full-time income online. If you're in another business and you're missing some of these things that I've been talking about, you know, try and find a way to get some of those things in your business. It took me a long time to find this business. Maybe you could look at a different business or look at a different model if you're not getting those. But for the last 7 years, this has worked for me. I haven't had to get a job and work. Sometimes I miss working? No, I don't. I really like working by myself and I like helping people, but I definitely don't like, I didn't like working a job with other people that I couldn't stand. It drove me crazy. Right, I get to sleep in every day and I get to do my life as I please. I'm not a multi-millionaire yet, but I'm still working on it. And like anything, if I keep going, then I'll have the success and rewards that you're looking for as well. All right, so just like a job, the first thing you try online might not be the thing that you stick with. You might have to try many different industries like I've done and many different things before I found success. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this presentation and this information about why people fail online. I hope it's giving you some insights on why people do quit and why not everyone's a success. But if you want to learn more about what I do and how I think I found what I call the perfect business model, community support training, then feel free to reach out to me. Reach out to me by email. So you can send a message to david@yourtimefreedomlife.com. Send me a Facebook message or leave a comment on YouTube. I would love to hear from you. Anyway, have a great night. Thanks for watching this recording and this live. Cheers, everybody.